Only have 2 likes. How can we have 2 likes already?
Well, I gave it a like.
And I think the kid gave it a like too. I think that was him. Maybe.
Oh no.
I won't credit him without knowing. Used to be a plastic bag over here.
Hmm?
Used to be a plastic bag.
Mm.
Welcome to the live. See, people with the most comments get their crowns.
Mm.
And if Chris comes in here, it'll probably be him. Last Sunday, I was number one. No, a week ago Friday, during the live, when Tony was breaking down the engine, taking apart the engine, I was number one. It was my job. I had to. And in one other one, but so many people are doing lives these days. It doesn't really help the. I mean, it helps the watch time, but it doesn't really help the subscribers. And No Name Nationals is 61 days away. So it's 2 months away. 2 months from now.
61, are you sure?
Yep. Because it was 62 last night on John's live. So in 2 months, capital NNN.
Mm. LP94 is here.
Hey man, how's it going?
And Lester is here.
Hi Lester. Thank you for joining us. I can't believe it's only 2 months till the No Name Nationals. Unbelievable. It was just New Year's not long ago. Although the heat here is telling me it is different from December. The heat and humidity. So, so yeah, that is one difference. Have to keep a bottle of frozen water near me.
Time does fly, Lester.
Hmm?
Time does fly.
Yeah. When you do the exact same thing every day, you don't know one day from the next. So it's not like being in school where you have 5 days and you look forward to the weekend. I do more work on Sunday than I do on other days. Right, Oscar? Oh, you still have a few teeth left that are going to fall out.
Lester wants to know if we've finally gotten rain.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was raining this morning, which is why it's so humid right now. It's been raining on and off for a couple of weeks, and they say that our reservoirs are 14% of capacity, which is much better than it was before, but it still has a long way to go.
Yeah. My days are the same also.
Hmm?
My days are the same also.
Yeah. If you can't tell one day from the next, then you don't really notice the passage of time, the passage of the days. So, although I do look forward to having gluten-free pancakes on Sunday mornings or Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoons for breakfast. So that's one thing to look forward to for the weekend.
I can't modulate my voice like I do when I'm working. I don't know why. Maybe I should put my
Put
headphones on.
put on your fake "I'm here to help you" voice.
Yeah, customer service voice.
Does anybody notice that you're not in the U.S. with your
Some
English?
people, or some people assume, mostly.
Because when you people in India answer a call, it's obvious they have an Indian accent. Very few of them speak without an accent.
Yeah.
Why don't you practice a Southern accent, and people will think you're in Georgia?
No.
Why not? They'd never assume that somebody's gonna fake an accent or learn a southern accent just to answer the phone. No, you better not do that. Assumptions are made about people like that, people that speak like that.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everybody Saturday going? Look, you've got 50 XP.
I know.
Lester's number one.
But what can I do with my XP?
You haven't gotten the car out for a drive yet, Lester? He's waiting for you. He loves to be out and be seen. TK's Garage just put out a video about Nevada, a new Nevada law or ordinance or whatever that says you are not allowed to modify anything on the vehicle. It's illegal. Not only illegal, but it's a crime now. It's a misdemeanor. If you modify the exhaust or you modify the intake system or anything. So my example was if you had a California spec Ford Fairmont with the variable Venturi and you put a Motorcraft two barrel on it, you're guilty of a crime. You can do time in jail for putting a two barrel Motorcraft on a Fairmont. And then California looked at it and said, hey, we're going to do the same thing. We want to do the same thing. Make all modifications to cars illegal because they can't smog cars anymore.
Driveway of Misfits here.
Hi, Chris. Happy Saturday. What's going on way up there? Is it hot?
New York. Yeah, I've heard it had the hottest time ever in
Well,
record
he's
or
way up
whatever.
there, though. Yeah, isn't it odd, Lester, that California is following Nevada when it's usually the other way around? Nevada is there to be the anti-California. Everything California did, Nevada made it easier to register your trucks. No wait fee to register your cars. You don't even have to turn in your title. Just change the license plates over. They make everything really easy. And now Nevada comes up with this thing that you can't modify a car.
Chris says it's 85, but there right now, but there's a breeze.
Oh, I wish there was a breeze here. It was raining earlier this morning, which means it's really humid right now. Plus, we're pretty close to 100 degrees. So, yeah, hot and humid.
Uh, this says I'm glad I'm not in either.
Yeah. I told TK to get a small property in Tennessee somewhere because when you buy a vehicle out of state, they don't require an in-state VIN inspection. So all you do is send in the title, and they give you your title and registration, or you have somebody there take it in for you. But you don't have to have the vehicle in the state to get your license plates and title and everything. That's a huge advantage. The Montana thing is getting played out because states like Utah have passed laws that they're trying to invalidate people's LLCs, and who knows if they're going to do it, but it's going to be a huge legal fight because they're going after people with Montana plates. But Tennessee is really easy. You still have to pay tax on your vehicle, but the vehicle doesn't have to be in state to get your plates and everything. Because TK's Garage set up house in Las Vegas, so he has to comply with all of the rules there unless he registers them out of state. He is military, so he can do anything he wants to, or ex-military. He still works with, he still works with him. He still has a place on base.
That was here.
Hey, Tavo. Buenos días. Buenas tardes.
Carlos.
Sí. Después a las 12 aquí.
Sí.
Oh, man. So the car, I was going to sell a car to Mean Street Mopar, but that deal isn't going to come to fruition. So It's too good of a car to let go, though. I want somebody to buy it, somebody to enjoy it. It's a what it basically is a two-door Dodge Diplomat in dark green. Chris, he was going to buy a two-door Dodge Diplomat, which was a Dodge Dart here, that originally the owner says came with a 245 horsepower 360 in it. Now, it came with an automatic, but he had an old Magnum that he was going to junk, so he took all of the right, Tavo. You have to get it right for our time here, our hour. So he took all of the factory parts out of the Magnum to make it a 4-speed, and he put all of that into the Dart. So basically, what you have is a Dodge Magnum with all factory parts for the price of a Dart, because the Magnums are going for huge money. And I asked him for, I asked the owner for a picture of the engine, and he sent me a video from 4 years ago that these guys in Mexico City did. They went to his house and recorded the car. They took it for a drive. They did everything. Now I understand 4 years have passed, which means it needs a whole new set of tires. It's got Chrysler Cordoba wheels on it, really nice wheels on it. They look really good on the car, but it's going to need a new set of tires, which I included in the price. What I don't know is if the windshield is available here, because it is cracked. But it's basically a Dodge Magnum, which were very few, and they even made some automatic Magnums. So to find a stick shift Magnum for a decent price is almost impossible. But that's what this car is. So I don't want, I want to make sure it gets into somebody's hands that can really appreciate it, because you just don't see two-door Magnums around, especially with a 360 under the hood and a 4-speed manual transmission. And it should drive really nice, especially with new tires. I already have it mapped out from the guy's house to the tire shop that has them. I have the whole thing set up that I was going to do with Mean Street Mopar, but unfortunately that's not possible for with him. I wish it was, because he's definitely into diplomats and M bodies, and he would have put it on his channel, and next year that car would have been at No Name Nationals racing. So it's really a shame that he can't get it.
And did we mention that it's 61 days on international?
That's right. It's 61. Actually, it's 60 plus however many hours now. But that's relative to where you are. So it doesn't really do any good to bring up the exact hour from Pacific time when you guys are 3 hours later. You guys can figure it out. Yeah, so 2 months of planning. So that only gives John a month and 3 weeks to get stuff done. And then he has a full week of setting up the whole thing. And he's just going to, 24 hours a day, he's going to be working on that. So, yeah, it's a lot of work for him. But that's what he set up. That's what he set it up for, him in Dallas. It's much cooler in your room. Why don't you guys go in your room?
No, see.
Yeah. It's all hot out here for the dogs. So, Chris, what else are you going to do on the Lee Baron?
Lee Baron?
Yep. Oh, here's something that happened yesterday, guys. Mrs. Spec and I went out to the Durango, 2000 Durango 5.9 Magnum. Went out to the Durango. It was like the battery was dead. Just, that was it. The the electric locks worked. That was fine, so we could get in and out. So we walked over to the store, did our shopping for the week, came back, and I checked the battery with my little thing. 11.78 volts were in the battery. That should have been enough to turn it over. So I brought it in. I have it charging right now, and it's over 12 volts in the battery now. Later on, I'm going to put it back in to see if it'll turn over. But if it doesn't turn over, what could it be? My starter? The battery is full charge. Could it be the starter?
Chris says She's going to repaint it and repainted the headlight vessels today. Also been cleaning up the in the engine compartment.
Make it look brand new again. Sometimes it's shocking when I look at these cars for sale and they open the hood and it looks brand new under the hood. There's no fading of paint, there's no oil anywhere, there's no paint peeling off valve covers or anything. I don't understand how they keep the engine compartment so clean. I really don't. Just in regular use, it gets dirty or heat cycles on the engine and the paint comes off of parts and stuff. It's amazing. There isn't really a culture of restoring cars here. I mean, some people fix them, but for somebody to put that much work into an engine compartment to make it look brand new, I seriously doubt that's happening here. There's no financial benefit for it.
Uh, don't drink my coffee. You're too young.
Too young.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how old he is. We're gonna say approaching 80, 90 years old.
Too young.
He's even younger.
That was it's going to be a warmer day down here, already up to 3 degrees Celsius.
Warmer than what?
3 degrees Celsius. I know.
He's in wintertime. It's wintertime in
Yeah, but 3 degrees
Australia.
Celsius is almost freezing.
Yes, he's being
Sarcastic.
sarcastic.
Okay. Tab also says check all the lead connections. Ground nice and clean. Ground's nice and clean.
What I did was I checked from not from the battery directly, but where the battery connects to the fuse box and then ground, and it gave me the exact same reading. So the battery cables are fine. They're reading exactly the same thing direct to the battery and through the battery cables.
Anthony Bolini is here saying hi.
Hello, Anthony.
Chris says it's not gonna look new when I'm done, just cleaner, neater.
Hmm.
Lester says, can you repeat the battery question? I missed the details. Oh, Jesus.
We went out to go shopping yesterday, and the engine in the Durango 5.9 liter Magnum goes, and didn't start. But it's still got power. Not a lot of power. I mean, it acted like the battery was dead. So I checked it with the meter, and it was 11.78 volts. So it's then I brought it in to charge it, charged it for about an hour, and it went up to 12 point whatever. So the battery seems to have a charge, but it was 11.78 should turn it over. It should, but it's just not. It just didn't. And I'm going to put the battery back in later and see if it'll start after the battery was charged and see what happens. I don't think the meter's reading wrong. I even looked at the internet. Where do I put the dial to check the battery? And I did exactly what they did, and I got 11.78.
When was the last time you drove the truck prior to the battery problem happening? A week ago?
Maybe a week, maybe 5 days, something like that. It was not sitting out there very long.
No, we drive it weekly at the very
I've been
least.
having a problem with the alternator though. That when I'm sitting at a signal light, I watch the charge go down, 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 down. So I've been putting it in neutral and keeping the revs like at 1500 to keep the charge at 14 on the gauge. So, but again, the battery checked out at 11.78, which is plenty to get the engine to turn over. Is that just you?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's funny you guys are like doctors. Well, give me more symptoms. Give me more symptoms. Maybe I can figure it out.
Speaking of doctors, where's that kid of ours?
I know.
I should go inside. Where the hell are you?
Hmm.
I even gave him the link.
Anthony says, does the starter or not draw?
I have to find the starter first. It's way under there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris says, get it started, check the voltage at the battery to make sure it's charging.
I already did that, and like I said, at idle, it went down, and when you rev it up, it charges like it should. I don't know why it's not keeping the charge at idle like it always has.
Chris says the battery voltage could be dropping under load. Voltmeter is without load unless when you check when trying to crank.
Well, I didn't check it when I'm trying to crank it, so maybe I'll have Mrs. Spec try to crank it when I've got the meter on it.
No, you always yell at me when I do that.
Well, that's because you keep the key
No,
on
I
all the
need
time.
instructions.
Even after the car starts, you keep the
Then
keep
I
them.
need instructions. No.
It should be common sense. Let your hand off the key when the car starts.
And what if the battery breaks again? The key breaks in the ignition again. Are you gonna blame me for that too?
On these new ones, you're not pushing on the key, you're pushing on the ignition switch.
Mm.
So that
Tabo says, yeah, a battery can show good volts but still be weak under load, a sign of being on its last legs.
it's not even that old, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've replaced more batteries on this Durango than anything.
Anthony says Denso or Mopar.
I don't think it's been replaced. I don't think I've replaced a starter ever.
Oh, I didn't mute your phone.
Oh well. I don't think I've ever replaced the starter on this truck. So probably Mopar. No, I've replaced the computer, but I haven't replaced the starter.
Joey, quit it.
I'm like, what? I'm not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't reading 14 volts at idle, Chris. I know that. But when you rev it up, then it goes up there. So maybe the regulator inside the alternator is not doing what it should. And this thing needs a strong charging system, especially if I'm out on the highway and all that. You never know when it's going to completely crap out. So that's on the list too. Plus, it has the check engine light on, and it's the transmission. What was it? Transmission speed sensor. So my cruise control doesn't work that I don't use anyway.
You could lose two wheels at the same time. Uh, Chris says you have a faulty alternator then.
Yeah, I think it is. I'll have to find somebody that can rebuild it if they know how to rebuild a newer one. I'm sure there's a shop here that has all the parts somewhere. I know of an electrical shop that's really good, but because they're so good, they're constantly busy and full. So that creates a problem.
You didn't buy me the allergy pills.
What allergy pills?
The ones that you said you're gonna buy me at Walmart.
You didn't say anything about it while we were there.
I told you I needed allergy pills, and you said we were gonna buy them. You
They weren't on the list. No, I said we were going to go to the pharmacy over here. I didn't say Walmart.
Oh, well,
But we didn't go there.
You forgot that.
We have to go there. Tavo, you said you're having a live today. I'm screaming at the phone.
Don't scream at the phone. You have the microphone right next to you.
Tavo, you said you're having a live today. I think it's 6 o'clock my time.
6 a.m.
No, 6 p.m.
I could wake you up. I was trying to wake you up last night when it was trying to rain.
So you said
Yeah, 9 p.m. my time. Oh, that's Chris.
yeah. So it's 6 o'clock here.
And Tabo says yes, about 2.5 hours from now.
Okay, and the placeholder for Buff when he comes on at whatever time he's gonna come on. Did you guys see his?
Give me a food. You're talking.
Did you guys see Buff's video about when he backed? Yeah, they're playing with that. When he backed the Zephyr out of the garage, the far left tail light wasn't working. So I made a comment about it on his video. He says, "I knew you were going to see that," and comment on it. Yeah, these wonderful LED bulbs that didn't even last you getting out of the garage.
But you like them on the RAM.
Yeah, they were bright on the Ram, but the Ram isn't an old car.
Fair enough.
And like I said, the problem is his tail light is like this long, but with only two bulbs in it. So all you see are two dots and a little bit of light going to the side, whereas the incandescent bulb would throw light backwards so the buckets can throw it forwards to light up the whole tail light itself.
Chris says I'm not subscribed to both.
No?
No, and that was says, yeah, I had a laugh when I read that comment. Lester
he
says,
was waiting for it.
Lester says, I made that video, saw him driving the Zephyr.
Yeah, the Zephyr drives pretty well. They did a pretty good job on the alignment, which was Joey, you're on camera. The wood sticking out the front of the car because there's so many ways that could amplify the measurement if it's not exactly straight and just a touch off. So my buddy just measures from the middle of the tread on the front of the tire all the way to the other side, from the back of the tire other side, and that's your difference to get them to point straight. Chris, you should subscribe to Buff Del Campo.
Sometimes.
He does lives on Thursday night, Saturday night, and on Tuesday they're in their studio doing, putting pictures up behind them and all kinds of stuff, putting the pictures that we send in that we look at. It's a whole production thing that they do.
And you're so jealous.
I got to get you on the phone with Kim she can tell you how to do everything. Take the TV you have, put it on its side, connect this to that so you can see all the comments in huge letters.
Chris says I can't keep up with the subscriptions I already have. Tabo says that's how it's done.
Yep. The green screen. So they can't wear anything green or we could see right through them. It's weird when Buffalo holds something in his hand that's green, but we can see the picture behind him. We can't see his shirt. So it goes all the way through him.
That's how it works.
Mosquitoes. Where are they growing? That dirt's wet over there now. The dirt over there is wet now. I'm gonna have to keep the zapper.
Grace says, "What's next Tuesday's topic?" I forget.
Me too. I asked Bub just before. I don't know.
Tao says, "I think it will be funny for Buff to wear that bright green shirt, just a head and hands."
Yeah, he'll just be a bobbing head. Boop, 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 boop. And a green hat too. So all we get is a bobbing face. Then he drinks a green drink, and there's nothing in his hand.
Ow.
They did quite a lot of work on that Zephyr, but it still has an exhaust leak. And Buff thinks it's a donut between the exhaust manifold and the pipe. I said, if it's anything more than that, leave it alone. Just deal with it. Just turn on your radio louder because you do not want to be taking that car apart anymore. I'd rather have the car sit in the backyard than break all the bolts off in the engine, as you can tell. You guys want to see how they made my 65 Buick fastback into a convertible? I can show you the work they did.
Convertible quotations.
No, it was a convertible because there's the convertible top mechanism right there.
That's it.
Yep. They didn't just cut the roof off like I've seen. They actually made it into a convertible.
Chris says, I seem to have an exhaust leak in the same location.
At the donut?
And Gray says, yes, show us, please.
Okay, this will be interesting. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, that hurts.
Don't scream.
Okay, first, this is the top mechanism that they put on the car. There was a top on it. I'm not sure where this came from, but it is rebuildable. It's just waiting for me to rebuild if I want to put it back on. I'm just not sure I want to put it back on. We go around this way. Old batteries are everywhere. So they cut the roof off here, and they made the holes here for the top mechanism to go in, and then it clipped down here. There's no trim around the windshield, so the windshield is just kind of loose. They hold it in with clips here. This all can be redone correctly. It's not a big deal. It needs a windshield anyway. So they removed, this is where the rear windows were. They built this part here that was all, when I bought it, this was all complete and had that right there was on top of here. And I didn't even realize when I bought it, it wasn't a convertible. I wasn't looking that closely at it, but then I realized there's no rear windows here. I mean, their mechanism and everything is down in there, but they built all of this. They welded all of this in to accommodate the convertible top here. Of course, this is all Bondo around there and rusty, but they created this whole thing here, and the motor, the hoses are here. The motor is back there, is back behind there. They did it correctly, and it was working when I bought it. This is the chrome piece for the back of the car. Getting sunbathed. God, I have so much cleanup work to do on this car. Leaves are deep. But this is where the white cat, that white cat, sleeps right here on this pillow. I tried, covering things. I don't know if you know this, but I really dislike convertibles. Still closes pretty well, even though it's up on a jack. It's up on jack stands. But it helps that it's a Buick Wildcat with a 401 nail head under the hood that has been rebuilt. It drove pretty well, I must say. It used to be this goldish color here. That's what it used to be when it came into Mexico as a fastback. I would have preferred it if it was a fastback. I really would have. It's got so much rust on it. A lot of work that needs to be done. And that damage there I did backing out of a storage unit. Got too close to the wall. I have all the wheel covers for it, correct Wildcat wheel covers for it. And this is going to take a lot of work, but I was thinking maybe put a fiberglass cover over the back part of this and just leave it a 2-seater in the front or a 3-seater in the front and just cover all this and not even put a convertible top back on it. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of adjusting and body work. If I ever get my shop open, that one's gonna be going in there. What is this? Get off my car. I think this looks good in the dart looks good in the aqua color. I want to keep it that color.
Chris says, no small amount of work to get that puppy back on the road.
Nope, it's gonna take a lot of body work.
And Tabo says, how about a fiberglass remote top?
I don't mean a roof. I mean just a cover to make it like those Thunderbird Roadsters. So you just have maybe bucket seats in the front and create a center console and, and no back seat. I have the back seat as well. It was in there. Somebody put a lot of work into making it look like it was a real convertible.
And Tabo says, I think they were talking about the zephyr. Tabo says, I think if they just loosen that joint, wiggle the pipe around, and retighten the bolts evenly, could fix it.
Maybe he said that he put the old donut back in there, so maybe it's damaged in some way, but I don't know.
And then he said about the fiberglass removable top. Says, yeah, I understood what that, but you said you don't like convertibles, so a top too.
No, I do not like convertibles because you can take a car like this '63 Plymouth here, and it could sit for 25 years. You open the door, and the interior is the same as it was when you parked it, or the Dart, or any of the rest of these. But a convertible, the weather just takes everything out. Even if you park it with a good top, it doesn't stay. Everything deteriorates, and I've had a lot of convertibles. Ironically, I don't know ironically, but every convertible I ever bought was a next to last year convertible. I had a 71 LTD convertible. I had a 74 Olds Delta 88 Royale convertible, a 69 Mercury Marquis convertible, and a few others. All of them were next to last year's. Not the last year of the convertible, but the next to last year. And that was not planned. It just kind of happened that way over the years.
Bigfoot Smokers here.
Hey, Bigfoot, how are you?
And Pit Sniper Husker.
Pit Sniper Husker, yes.
This is
Hey, man, what's going on?
There's not an R
Pit
there.
Snipe?
Pit Snipe.
He thinks it is.
This is Pit Snipe.
Hey, Bigfoot, here's my '63 Savoy. Mexican spec car. And you'll be jealous, but you see the nut right there? I don't have to take it off to change the brakes. The drum is separate from the axle on the Mexican cars. So I don't have to even deal with that. Unfortunately, I got smacked up here by some guys that you don't want to deal with here. And they never paid me anything for it. So here it sits. I have the fender in the back of the car that needs some work, but the whole front end needs to be pulled back this way because yeah, that's what it looks like now, and the hood doesn't fit and it overlaps. Although maybe it's just this. Maybe it's just a fender because that side looks like it always has. But maybe it's just a fender that needs to be replaced. And a guy over there, Max Wedge, he's got the bumper for me, and I think the valance here, but this would need to be straightened out. This here needs to be straightened out. And I need another turn signal. But yeah, car still runs well. After the accident, I drove it back. So, and that's my other '63 Plymouth Fury over there. She's camera shy, so she's all covered up. But we all got to keep our '63 Plymouths going.
The camera on my end is really delayed. They're just showing the Buick right now. but I think it's just my end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Big Snipe Husker says something like, "Oh wait, your timing is impeccable, Bigfoot." Been wrestling the
Hmm.
nephew's mopper today. And Bigfoot says, "I've got front and rear bumpers with brackets, not using."
Oh, great. My problem is trying to get him here.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. Says he has it, but I don't know how it can't be shipped to Mexico. It's too heavy. And I don't really have anybody that can accept it and then bring it in yet. I have a friend that's moving to Arizona in a month or two. August maybe?
Mhm.
August or September, something like that. So we're gonna see if he can get all set up for that.
Grace says, "Is the other 2 door or 4 door?"
No, she's a 4-door sedan, Lester. She was my that was the first car I ever bought when I was 15 years old for $50 from the original owner. From the original owner, yeah, the woman. Her husband bought it new at the local Plymouth dealership where I lived, and it was sitting in her driveway since 1977. I bought her in 1982, before I even had my driver's license.
Crash Runner Garage is here.
Hey, Crash, glad to see you.
Bigfoot says that will be hard about shipping the pieces.
Yeah,
And says, "I've shipped doors by Greyhound bus from Arizona to Minneapolis before."
you're in Arizona? No, you're not in Arizona, are you?
Why is there not some wind? I wish there was some wind. That'll be better than just the stillness.
Pits night. That's the way they've always been. I sent a lot of I've sent a lot of parts from here. That's my other business, sending Mexican-made taillights and stuff to the U.S. when people order them, and I have seen them send them to the West Coast when they were supposed to go to the East Coast. They go to the L.A. They go to the L.A. station, the USPS warehouse, and then they send them to another city, and then they send them to another city. Then they come back, and then they finally end up there, and it's always been a mess.
Uh, he's in
Oh, okay, okay,
Minneapolis.
okay. So you went the other way. You were buying parts to ship back to you.
Joy.
But if it's sent by bus, there has to be somebody on the receiving end to get it from them and then bring it into Mexico. So things have really changed how since the current president came in, because when the tariffs started, Mexico said, "Oh, well, we're going to make people, register for this before they come in and do this and do that." And there's a lot of more regulation that has to happen.
You wanna play target practice
With what?
with the chicken?
Uh, Joey's over. Oh no, Joey's over here now.
Yeah.
So who's over there chasing them around?
I don't know.
Nobody asked you. It's not even morning. Shut up.
He's looking at you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Don't get in a third war with the chickens. Sabo says a parcel from Mexico to Australia spent its longest time in Australia customs. Actual movement wasn't very long.
It's hard for me to know, Tavo, because Australia does not track Mexican tracking numbers. So I don't know when it arrived to you and where it was in your whole system. So it's
Yeah.
good to know it didn't take very long to get there.
Uh, Chris says ordered something from a merch store that shipped from Texas, took 2 months to arrive here in New York.
Was that with the USPS, Chris?
Pitsnipe says, "Spec, are you saying it's always been this way for you? Not worse lately? Here, I've enjoyed 2 3 days normal shipments, either coast shipments from either coast, but it's been awful lately."
just with regular USPS service was 2 or 3 days, or was that a special service? Because it usually takes it was usually taking about 3 weeks to get from me to into the hands of my buyer, no matter where it was in the U.S.
Chris says USPS. It was USPS.
I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason for why they send it to wherever they send it to. I've had it get there as quickly as 2 weeks, and that's a gift if it gets there in 2 weeks from here. Because when I send it off from here, well, no, that my supplier does send it off from Mexico City, but every package in Mexico that gets sent to Mexico City. So if you send a package from Tijuana, it goes to Mexico City first. Then from Mexico City, it gets sent to the U.S. Wherever it's going, it goes to New York, or goes to Los Angeles, or goes to Miami. They're the USPS. Um, yeah, that's weird, Pit Snipe. That is taking that long. There's not much you can do about it though, because there's nobody to contact. Were you?
I guess the camera's pointing that way.
Well, it's going to be a long time because it's just showing the 63 Plymouth now.
Turn off my mic.
Are you guys seeing the?
Shush.
No,
You're yelling.
Bigfoot saw the Plymouth before. That's why you said so cool.
Yeah, no, the camera is delayed. The audio's not. I mean, they're saying as it happens. What?
The Mexican cornflakes box. I didn't know that was going to be a souvenir, Tavo. I would have sent you others. This ice is melting really fast.
Yeah, it's really humid out here.
Whew.
Bring out a fan. It Snipe says, in the Navy, I often got mail in Europe from home. Inside of 2 days, it was shocking. Grandma's cookies were still warm. But I think they give what do you call that? How do you say that word? They give like preference.
Preferential treatment.
Yeah.
That didn't go through the normal channels.
No.
No, you have to pay more for worse service everywhere you go. Everywhere. It's crazy. Not much you can do about it though.
I just love creating packaging.
Creative.
Creative packaging.
Well, I use what's here, so it fit. The blanket fit in the box, so it was good.
That was the one that bought the blanket.
Yeah, Tavo bought the blanket. Are you using it on your seat, Tavo, or is it a display piece too? And remember, don't call it a Mexican blanket.
It's not a Mexican blanket. No me acuerdo cómo se llama. I don't remember what it's called, but it's. I remember. I should remember, but it's not a Mexican blanket. It's more like a sarape than anything else. But anyway.
I was asking Lester. I was asking people, how much are you guys paying for Netflix over there? And it was this really high amount because we're paying like 165 pesos?
69, yeah.
169 pesos. So 170 would be maybe $9 for the monthly service. So it's not like they can't get it to you for that price. They just know you'll pay more, so they make you pay more.
That says, yeah, when I park it anywhere, I put it across the seat. Not really practical to stay on while driving.
So it's to protect the upholstery then. That's nice.
Why are you standing? You're making me nervous.
Do I even have access to my seat?
You do. You just don't want to sit in it.
I should do a short video on how to prepare frozen Coke. frozen Mexican Coke, or how I do it.
No.
I don't know if Tony's teeth will hold out eating frozen Mexican Coke like that. Hey, I told, I don't know if everybody here knows, but my son just finished up his second year of medical school, and he's got this arrogance about him, right? So last Sunday, I told him, "Hey, I'm on Tony's live, and he's drinking Mexican Coke." He says he's gonna get diabetes from drinking Mexican Coke.
From drinking one Coke.
I said, "Hey, son, he is 61 years old. He knows what he can drink and what he can't drink. He will be fine."
Hold on.
I'm gonna bop him in the head if he fell asleep again. ¿Qué
Davo
pasa?
says, no, wait. Grace says, I got rid of cable years ago when it reached $175. $175? What the hell? Bit Snipe Husker says, I'm new here. Is the female voice your gal, Spec?
Yes, this is Mrs. Mexican Spec.
Am I your gal?
Gal.
Your gal? I can't say that.
This is Mrs. Mexican Spec.
Bit Snipe Husker it says, I pirate everything. It's just easier. It is. Chris says, a Coke now and again is not going to kill you. Chain smoking, unfiltered cigarettes, different story.
Well, that depends on the tobacco, I think, Chris.
No, unfiltered cigarettes?
He's not smoking unfiltered cigarettes. He rolls his own with tobacco. So it doesn't have all the chemicals and everything that the cigarette
No, but it
companies
still
put it
has
in
all
there.
the smoke, all the soot.
Yeah. Well, so does marijuana, so people don't seem to care about that.
Grace says, you also sell blankets?
If it's necessary. Tavo asked for one, and we went out to the. It was near Christmas time, I think. So we went out to. It was in front of one of the supermarkets. People had set up their places to sell, and we looked at a bunch of blankets and picked the nicest one. Made in Mexico, not made in China to sell in Mexico.
No, it was handmade.
Yeah. So the thing is Mexico has been being inundated with Chinese products too. There are Chinese stores everywhere you look, and they're not really cheap, but people buy a lot of stuff in there. So people that make stuff by hand and everything, you really have to support those people.
But Sniper says, fist bump on the boys' second year success. But it is funny when they start getting some alleged adulthood low.
I'm gonna have to straighten him out on his attitude, because he's only in his second year. There's like, I don't know, 11 more years, something like that.
Oh.
But I will say that he got to make it easier for you guys to understand, because the grading system is different here. He got all A's except for one subject, which he got a B in. The last two semesters.
Is it a...
Last two semesters or last two halves? No, it was this last year. He got all A's except for one class, the first half, and except for one class, and it was a different class, the second half. But he doesn't do anything but study. He doesn't his only social life is playing video games with what he calls friends online. But he doesn't really go out, which he really can't, being where he lives. And that's all he does is study. So right now he's in the summer vacation, and I'm hoping that I could get a deal done on a car, because I'm going to take him with me, which he's never done any traveling. He's never been on an airplane. He's never been in a car on a road trip or anything, really. Not where he can internalize it, where he's actually an adult. I took his mother to buy the Ford Carryall at the beginning of the year, and she's not the best doing the GPS thing, so I had to yell at her. I mean, it was dangerous. I said, is this where I get off? I don't know. Well, you're looking at the GPS. Yes, you have to get off here. And I had to cross over one lane of traffic to get off there in a vehicle that had I couldn't see anything out of the right side. It's a big enclosed Ford truck. So I'm yelling, and she says, "Don't yell at me." I says, "I have to. You have to understand how dangerous that what you just did. You have to tell me before so I can get over safely instead of like running somebody off the road because there's no visibility to the right side of the truck, and there was no power steering, no power brakes on this truck. So not the and a stick shift, not the easiest to be handling and all that stuff. So she came home and said, "Your father yelled at me." He says, "Well, don't do things to make him yell at you." So I want to see how he handles that stuff.
Pit Snipe Husker says, nice to meet you, Mrs. Spec. Nice to meet you too. And Chris says, where's my blanket? We still last like 6 months here. You didn't send Chris a blanket?
No, he didn't place an order for one.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think we're going to be finding many blankets right now at 100 degrees outside.
No. Probably hats.
Yeah, hats and umbrellas, sombrillas. Ay, ay, ay. The kid was here. We burn leaves and stuff like that every weekend. And one of the branches pierced my thumb or something. I was bleeding. He says, "I don't understand how you're not dead yet." I said, "Have you studied the immune system in school? Have you studied that? Do you know what that is?" So, but he's studying. That's all he does is study. So he's not getting much life experience, which is just as important as the studying. He needs to know what's going on out there in life. Mm. My tires have a date of the 25th week of 2015. 10 years old. No problem. No problem. They're still good. Uniroyal Tiger Paws.
Tiger paw?
No problem at all. Tiger Paw. No problem at all. The Durango is the only vehicle that I would take on the highway. The rest of them, this 63 Plymouth here, 63 Savoy, the rear end gears are a 4 something. When you're in third gear on the highway or something, the engine is screaming. So I don't take any of these cars out on the highway. We did take the Dart. We have had the Dart. We've had the Dart all the way from the lowest point in Sinaloa in Mazatlan, all the way up to into Sonora, to a car show way out in the middle of nowhere. It's called Alamo, Sonora, a little small town. I think it was a mining town.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine that lives there, his family has roots so far back nobody can even count anymore. And like what during the car show, we went into the museum just to look at what they had there, all the artifacts from that area. And you see, oh, this was donated by our friend Ernesto. This was donated by Ernesto. This was donated by Ernesto.
Yeah.
Just almost a lot of the stuff in the museum was donated or loaned to the museum by him and his family. I don't know what it's like to live in a place where your family has so much history that, I mean, it almost belongs to you, and has for centuries. But that's the way it is with him. He has got an amazing car collection that he wants absolutely nobody to know about. He's worried about anybody knowing that it's there. So he has it behind doors that he never opens, and windows that are painted white, and just nobody knows. But he has the most amazing 59 Ford collection. The only thing he's missing is a station wagon. But the 59 Ranchero that he chased that car for, he said, 15 to 20 years. And the father finally died and the son got it, and he still wasn't going to sell it. And one day the son started it and it had some kind of engine tick. He's like, well, okay, now I'm going to sell it. So we sold it to Ernesto, and Ernesto, it was something really easy, an adjustment or something, and he adjusted it, came back, showed the kid that the thing's running fine, and he got his '59 Ranchero, absolutely gorgeous car with factory air conditioning too, which is even more rare. And it says right on the side of the car, air conditioning in a silver emblem on the stuck to the side of the car or the top of the fender, I think, something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, he likes 59. He likes 59 Fords a lot. A much older guy.
Yeah, I wonder how it's done.
Me too.
Bitsnipe Husker says that sounds like fun. Spec, hope you all have a fun trip. How about traveling with Chris?
Sound
Tavo
me too.
says your cat looks a lot like the one I had in the 1970s, white with ginger patch on the head and a striped tail. Um, Gonadas Games is here, says hi.
Hello, welcome.
And Chris says, sounds like he was wonderful. He has wonderful bedside manners.
We're gonna see about that. He said when I'm done with this, I want to work in a laboratory so I don't have to deal with people. But before that, they're gonna send him they're gonna send him to hospitals to train to be to all of that. He's gonna have to deal with patients. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but we're gonna see.
Bedside Oscar says, my Miss Kitty went missing a month or so back. Odd thing, she started showing up in my dreams out of nowhere. I turn around, bam, she's right in my face. Looks looking disgusted. Then she's gone. It happened to me too. We had a cat for many years, and then we moved. We had him with us as well. We moved with
Mm-hmm.
him, and
One day he disappears.
one day he disappeared, and I had to go out of town. And I was like out of town for like 3 4 days, and I called my husband, and I said, hey, I just ran with the cat last night, and he said, well, that's odd. And the next day he appeared again. It happens.
Then he disappeared again. I don't know
Yeah,
what happened to him, and that was years ago.
yeah, but he was very old.
Hmm. But still very active. It's not like
Business Oscar says that dart looks like candy. Love it.
thank you.
Tabo says I've been using the Valiant Youth
Hmm.
between towns lately. At 70 miles per hour, it sounds like it needs two more gears. I've got used to driving the Neon and Transit van.
Yeah, on a Ute. Picture this car as a pickup truck. That's what they had there.
Okay. Chris says he's studying to be a doctor and doesn't want to deal with people. Sounds like a future corner. That was
That might be good because he likes that too. They threw all that at him. I mean, as soon as he got into medical school, they threw the cadavers at him and the internal organs and everything, and he loved every minute of that. But I don't know. He's going to have to learn not just books, but being a doctor has you have to deal with people too. And I hope he's in here watching this because I told him to be here. I hope he's here listening to this.
ah, jeez.
He probably fell asleep again though.
He was asleep.
I don't know, but he plays video games all night long and then sleeps. Ay, ay, ay. The trick is to make a kid a well-rounded person because if they're just concentrating on one area, everything else gets neglected and it does not make for a good person. So that's what I have to do. But he doesn't come here very much, so that makes it difficult. It's not the same in text. You have to be there in person.
But Sniper says, hey Tabo, how about a high-low gearbox mod? And then he says, we need a lot of different types of doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Praise says plays video games all night long. Sounds like my son.
Hmm.
Lester says the dart really looks good.
Well, I'm not gonna say, hey, you shouldn't be playing video games because the amount of stress that he's under when he's studying, and even though he's out of school, I am sure he's still studying
Yeah.
because he came here. What was it, during Easter, right?
Yeah.
And he brought his it was on Easter vacation, like 3 weeks vacation, and he brought his textbook with him so he could keep studying and doing a report and taking notes and everything else. He wants to keep going even though he's not in school. Anything that he maybe didn't understand, he wants to go back and study it so he can understand it really well. So I'm sure he's still studying even though it's summer vacation. The video games is to release the stress. It's a lot better than drinking. I told him that's not going to be acceptable.
Bitsnap says you're doing fine, Spec. The lad will figure it out. Take him on the road. You'll both learn a lot.
I know he will. And when I ask him, "Are you good with GPS?" and he says yes, that'll have to be put to the test. Because if we do drive a car back from Mexico City, I've never been on those roads before. Mrs. Speck and I came back from Hidalgo, which was 100 kilometers north of Mexico City. But depending where we are in Mexico City, because it's a huge area, Mexico City is actually small, but the state of Mexico, which Mexico City is in, is very large. So if you're on the east area of the state, you can take that road and go through Querétaro and take off. Or if you're on the west area, you could cut out a whole lot of driving and go on a different road. So I don't know what roads we would be starting off on. So I'm not familiar with any of them, which is why we would not be able to do a live from there. After Guadalajara, I know the roads really well, so he won't need to use my phone for GPS. He can we can put it up for the live, and he can read the comments to me as I'm driving.
We could do a live if we were three of us.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna enjoy riding in the back seat of a car with all the air blowing on in his face.
Fair enough.
And the car that I want to drive bring back has bucket seats.
Bitsnap says video games over drinking. I concur.
Hmm. Yeah, he did. Like last year, he went to a party where he drank and all that, and I said, do not get started with that. Oh, but I need a stress. Do not put alcohol in there as a stress relief because it's a dead end road for you. It's not going to help you at all. Then you have more stress in the morning when your head hurts. So no, it's not good. He's also very slim, so it would not take much to get him drunk. So don't need him hanging around with people like that anyway. But like I said, he doesn't go out because the city is very, very dangerous, especially at night. The two cartels are fighting it out, and people are ending up dead every day. Every morning, they're finding bodies all over town. So no, it's best that he doesn't go out. He hasn't had any trouble when he goes out in the morning, comes back in before the sun goes down from school. He's not seen any problems other than hearing something going on behind his house where they found somebody. But as far as actually confronting him on the way to school and the way back, he's had no trouble. So he doesn't need to. And it's not that anybody would be targeting him, but if somebody targets somebody that's near him, and he'll get caught in the crossfire. So it's just better if he doesn't. If he just stays home and does his studying and plays his video games, that's all that's necessary. He broke up with his last girlfriend because she wanted him to spend time with her instead of playing his video games. He's like, oh hell no, that ain't gonna happen. Nope. So yeah, he chose his video games over her, which was a smart move because his mother did not like that girl at all for very for good reasons, very good reasons.
I'm not gonna ask. Anyway,
Had nothing to do with her body, how her body looked, or anything
I
else.
don't. I'm not gonna ask. I said
That doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you.
it's so rude.
You know, it's hard enough to raise a kid with everything you need to teach him, and then he has to deal with what's going on over there as he walks out his front door. It'll just make him stronger, though.
Pet Snipe says my young fellers, the nephews, they both have CF, so the conversation about drinking has a darker tone to it. They're good kids though. Drinking just ain't the cool thing that it was when I was a kid.
Well, it's very easy. The drinking age here is 18 years old. You can start. Everybody does before that anyway, but to buy alcohol, you have to be 18. So like about a block from me on the corner, there's a place that sells beer. Go across the street, there's another couple places that sell beer right behind the gas station right over there. Everywhere you look, there's places dedicated to selling beer. OXO right over here, they sell beer. It's so easy to get your hands on it. So I wanted to make it clear to him that that's not the road you want to go down. If you want to find something else to relieve the stress, there's many things that I can show him. But drinking is not the thing.
That is so rough, Spec. I appreciate hearing about your Mexico.
No problem. It's people see, whatever gets reported on the news in the U.S. Mexico you don't go to, this and that, and every road is a dirt road, and every man is sitting in front of his house under a sombrero. That's not the way Mexico is. There's big cities, there's small cities, whatever. It's just right now. This is just something that we have to deal with. When I was bringing back the black dart, it was right around Mother's Day. A situation here in my town where they stole some big rigs. They blocked every entrance to the city on the highway, and they burned the rigs so you couldn't move them. And then there was all kinds of problems that night. So I figured I was driving into something bad, but no, they got it cleaned up, and the bad stuff never came back here since then. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen again. So we tend to not go out much anymore at nighttime. So
Tavo says, my boy is a total computer nerd. His grandfather said he will never amount to anything. He now works on mining sites, doing technical work, earning 3 times what I ever did. Very proud of him.
that's nice, Tavo. There's no way you could say somebody that's into computers will never make anything of themselves,
Mm-hmm.
because there are so many ways to monetize what they do there. If at the very bottom of it is being a professional video game player. You can be the best, you can make money at that. There's a whole circuit, people playing video games, or the coding, and there's so many things you can do on a computer to make money, because there's no borders. Like what I do. And I've always found that if I sell the stuff from the US and Mexico, I make money. If I sell the stuff in Mexico to the US, I make money. You have to use both sides. The current president over there is not making it easy, because it's my understanding that because Stellantis doesn't want to move all of their productions, now he's raising the tariff in Mexico to 30%. It's like a game to them, and it's affecting us because we have to pay more for the cars here.
But Snap says, hang in there, buddy. Just be safe.
Yeah, we do our best. We used to be able to go out like at midnight, go pay the electricity, go pay the phone. We're just not going to do that anymore. It's not worth it. It hasn't gotten as bad as it is in Mazatlan, though. The cartel is pretty bad over there. That you do not want to be outside your hotel room or in a vehicle after dark driving around. You just don't want to be.
Tavo says, turning 28 this year and looking to buy his second house in a very harsh market.
That's nice. That's really good. Really good. In what is today? This is July. In
Mhm.
2 more months, The kid's going to be 20 years old. He's not going to be a teenager anymore. I even said that to him. I said, in September, you're not going to be a teenager anymore. Yes, I am. I said, 19, 20. No teen in there anymore. Oh, you're right. You're right. And it's right there in the name. You're not going to be a teenager anymore. So, yeah, full fledged adult.
And Chris says, I think it says IT can be terribly unrewarding. Ask me how I know.
I know how you know, Chris. Is IT just fixing things or creating things or IT? What does IT stand for?
I know, but I don't remember.
My mind just went blank, Chris.
Oh, Jesus.
I bet my son is watching this and he's getting mad that we're talking about him.
You better? Why isn't he saying anything then?
I don't know. Make your comment, Chris. Other Chris. Junior Spec.
Should I send him a message?
We'll do it that way. Yeah, send him a message. Where are you? Be right back.
Hold on. Mm,
Tell him we're on the live.
I'll send it to him. Why can't I send it?
Hmm?
Why can't I send it?
Send what?
The live?
No. He already has the link. I already sent it to him.
Dude, I'm melting.
Where is the
The
red? Where's the thing on here where it says live or not?
well, it's loading.
Great. We lost the messages. Stand by, guys.
He says it's in the live.
Who?
Chris.
He is not. Where are you?
Junior Spec's name is Chris as well.
Yes, it is. Christian. Information technology. Okay.
I bought my first 58.
First house. Wow.
Pit Snipe says, I thought my nephew had to build his first computer. It's a bone crusher that we put together for less than 1,000. He's since become the computer builder for his classmates. So proud.
That's good.
I think that's him.
Gonadas?
But just I was gonna say, don't say it out loud because you're gonna.
It's Spanish. Well, why didn't you say who you were?
Because it's.
I didn't know that was your name. I thought it was gonna be your name. Your name. I'm glad it's not your name. Your name.
Well, now you are him to everyone. So.
So you've been listening to everything we're saying about you?
Kind of.
We're all proud of you, Chris. Junior Spec. And if we do go on the trip, my subscribers will get to know you more because they'll be talking to you through you to me when I'm driving on the live. It's always better to be driving a car.
I want another coffee. Business says, so true. Misfit. Now, mind you, I was in the controls and automation side of things, and even there, the workplace have become intolerable. I won't do it no more. Aww. He says, thanks, Dad.
Is that kind of like thanks Obama, something like that, like sarcastic?
Don't be rude. Go on, go back to cars. You were
So
talking
so
about
at least
cars.
you could see how it works, Junior Spec. The whole live thing, because when people send the like Mrs. Spec is reading me the comment when I'm driving, when I be driving and answering what they say, and if it's a fun car, it's even better. Like a 360 powered 4-speed Dodge Diplomat. Can I ask why you picked that name?
Do you know what it means? Oh, okay. Oh, there's
If
a.
you guys don't know what that name means, look it up.
Don't, no, don't look it up. Don't look it up. There's a dragonfly. Oh, it's a big ass dragonfly too. Chris. How am I supposed to call him now?
Call him Chris. The other one's Junior Spec.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna remember that. Sure. Chris
You're
is
Mrs. Spec. He's Junior Spec.
I legit. I can. Chris says I legit can't wait to retire. 38 years of IT is enough.
Wow. 38.
Hey, number one is here. Well, one is here.
Hey, one.
Yo, Edmond Alberta
Yo,
Canada.
A.
Oh, okay. I can't. I don't.
That's how they speak.
I don't speak that. So Edmond Alberta Canada, the real El Norte in the Casa Amigos. Did we get the lady a churro, or she's still starving? I'm still starving. I've always.
I
starved.
only know one place that sells churros, and that was in front of where Blockbuster used to be, and I don't know if they're still there. I don't know anywhere else that has them.
They usually sell them downtown, but it's during winter.
I don't go downtown, so.
So closer than Blockbuster, but okay. Petsnipe says, it is just my crap connection or are they buffering? Ola, you can call me Uno. Okay, I'll call you Uno.
Uno. Now, I don't know if you want to be called that because people go crazy over Uno.
Ah, ya, mosquitoes. Ah.
That's what I hear anyway. People go crazy over Uno.
I don't like playing Uno because I'm like, I have a chicken's heart. Like, I can't be mean.
Being mean is the fun part.
I know. So that's why I don't like playing it because I can't.
Like a Mexican woman.
Pues, mira.
Like an old Mexican woman.
It's nice says, hang in there, buddy. That's an impressive career. I feel your pain though, bro. Yeah, I think I am.
They're not landing on me.
They were. No, don't do that. Go get the bug spray.
You already sprayed, so. Chris, where did you start out your career?
Now you're gonna confuse them both.
He's Mexican Spec. He's Junior Spec.
See, you're confused as well.
You're Junior Spec. Don't answer for Chris. Chris's driveway of misfits.
Okay.
To keep them straight.
Ahead, but never straight.
That's correct. That is correct.
I'm already getting bitten.
Why is my seat like this?
Hmm?
Seat like this. They're not landing on you either.
They are. I'm just not letting them.
They're trying, but they're not actually landing.
You want them to land? I'll stay still.
No, they're
stay still.
The fly is, but
I already have a bite.
We have mosquitoes all around us.
Uno says, Max Spec Bro, you should market that white Chevy as tech box in the Fast and the Furious. Not street legal. Race cars on the street is popular now.
No thanks. He's he's waiting his turn. He's rusting away as we speak.
See?
Just about everywhere. I should go get my zapper is what I should do.
El mosquito. Yeah, we have a lot of mosquitoes.
Los mosquitos. Muchos. Because it rained. It's been raining. They're growing somewhere, but I don't know where.
Chris says, I started out working for a one-man computer store when I was in high school. And Snap says, I had a long-term Chinese girlfriend who was a medical grad student researcher. Her name was Wan, so I called her L once. I don't think she ever got it. Snap says, throw a little vanilla in a bottle cap, mosquitoes gone.
We have spray on us, so they're not really landing.
They're not.
But we've been out here a while,
I'm already bitten here.
We've been out here a while, so they're figuring out ways to get to us, which means there's going to be more mosquitoes inside the house. So I have to put on my mosquito hunting.
Uno says, his name is Junior Spec, not Little Vanilla. His name is Junior Spec, not Little Vanilla.
Junior Spec isn't here. He's 2 hours away in another city. 2 hours by car.
Larry Friend is here.
Hi, Larry. How are you doing today?
Chris says, it's dinner time for me, folks, so I'm going to head out. See you at Dead Dog Garage stream tomorrow.
That should be fun for me, Chris. I can't tell you why, but it will. Expect some fireworks. Once? Once. Yes.
Okay.
Once. Once. Once.
You okay? Larry says, what I got here too late?
Not too late. How long have we been on?
An hour 27.
Oh. We have to let Tavo get set up for his. We're not going to be on much longer, Larry. Because I know how boring it is looking at the same thing.
We should get a GoPro and put it on the.
I have a GoPro.
Yeah, yes, that's what I said. We should get the GoPro and put it on the Joey's neck.
I don't think he would appreciate that at all. You know how cats freak out when they have new stuff on them.
He'll get used to it.
He's a free cat. He goes out when he wants to, comes back in when he wants to, does whatever he wants to. But he's not really a hunter, so he doesn't bring stuff in.
It's nice. That sounded ominous.
It might be. We don't know yet. You're not going to be on Tony's live, Chris? I'll definitely be there. If nothing else, just to see how Kathy's doing. I'm contractually obligated to be on Tony's live. Yeah, so Tony and his other shop that he opened up and thinks that they're not going to get in trouble doing burnouts down that street when another street is passing right by there. A cop could be passing there at any time. I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't. Somebody's going to notice all of the the burnout marks on the street at some point, and then come back and see who's doing it.
Tao says, of course, chief moderator. I. Chris Knife says, sometimes our so smart jokes entertain only ourselves.
That's all that's really necessary.
Ah, mira, no, qué chilo.
Or
Junior Spec says, I'm actually Dr. Spec.
if you want to use something like that, Junior, we could be 11 to doctor, 11 years to go.
No.
I don't think you can call yourself doctor yet. In training spec?
In training spec. No tengo café ya.
But it has nothing to do with you. It's you're junior. I was told not to call you mini me, so I won't.
It says 4 more years to be a doctor.
4 more years. But then you have all the internships and all of the free service and everything else that you need to do.
Uno says, am I Canuck spec? And then says, pre-med spec.
You can be Canuck spec, which you actually are. You have.
I'm not gonna keep up with all these names.
You have Canuck spec up there, because Canada spec cars are different than even our cars here. Although we did have Plodges here in the late 50s too, just like you guys did.
We have what?
Remember that car we went to look at with David in 2013? The one that was in the garage that we couldn't find?
Oh,
it had the rear end of a Plymouth and the front end of a Dodge.
No.
Do you remember when David drove us all over the place looking for where this car was?
Why not?
On that Monday?
It was the
It was a 58 Plymouth.
No.
And it had the if I feel your teeth, you're gonna get kicked.
David, no.
Yes.
No.
If I feel your teeth, you're gonna get kicked.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it had that stuff on the side.
That
stainless steel.
It was like inside a warehouse
with a whole bunch of other cars.
Yeah, and the warehouse was closed by cement. So I was like, if I wanted the car right now, how was I to get it out?
Right, exactly. But yeah, that was a Plodge. It had the 58 Plymouth dashboard, but it said Dodge on it, which it shouldn't. It should say Plymouth. We also had DeSoto's and Plymouth mixes. So I don't know what you call that. The Plymouth. The Mouth. That's a good one. We'll call it the Mouth.
What do you have to say for yourself? Don't bite the middle.
Don't bite the microphone, cat.
No.
You're getting all dirty. I'm gonna have to clean you. You're supposed to speak when spoken to. Speak. There you go. Very obedient.
A ver, aquí. Pre-med spec says you're right.
He's junior spec. He's my junior.
Don't be possessive.
Of course I am. We don't want to get too descriptive with these things. You're, of course, Mrs. And he's junior.
Junior pre-med spec?
We don't want to go that far. Too many words. And not everybody needs to know that about you, junior spec. Not everybody needs to know what's going on. Too much information is dangerous. Will you stop that? Thank you. Like, it's funny when Tony's yelling at the dogs. We're on YouTube. Be quiet. In order for that to happen, You need to be the alpha in the first place. You can't just all of a sudden start telling them what to do when you've let them run wild. What do you smell, Cat? Something's in the air. What do you smell? So should we get out of here? It is hot and humid right now.
And mosquitoes.
Yeah, and the mosquitoes too. And we have to prepare. Tavo has to prepare for his live. I'm sure he's got cake and cookies and soda for all of us, I guess.
Yep.
Yep. Australian soda.
Okay, guys, we're gonna head out.
Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us in Mexico. And last week I tried on Mrs. Spec's suggestion to have a theme, a subject, which was talk about Mexican Ram Chargers. That didn't work. So I don't know what should I do to make this better. I mean, I can't really go out in front. We can't really go out in front and have the camera out there, and there's nowhere else to point it here.
If we had better microphones on a running car, we could go on a drive.
If we had a car that ran, yeah. Durango doesn't want to move right now, and the Spirit is throwing all kinds of water, so that has to be fixed first. And that car is just too loud. That car is way too loud.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it probably has an exhaust leak, and then remember the exhaust cut off right under the driver, right under the passenger.
I remember.
Now I have that built out to the back, so it's a little bit more quiet, but it's a loud car. A 4.6 inline six. It drove pretty well though with those horrible tires. We got lucky. We really got lucky. So I appreciate everybody being here.
You're doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. Leave me alone. You were talking.
Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. And we will do this soon. And I will see all of you on other lives. Bye.